going on, everybody? Welcome to Real Deal Sports. We're all back. Brother Walt had to go, he was hustling. I ain't gonna tell y'all what he did. Just hope it was legal. But
Everything I do is legal, man. I'm a family man out this way, so I got to do everything.
hey man, what you do in your private, hey, that ain't got nothing to do with RDS. We get it. You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make sure the family good.
Exactly. That's all that matters. But good thing is we are all back. And
how y'all feeling, man? I missed y'all a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Good, man. Good, man. Been watching these crazy this tournament.
I always want to talk about it.
So I wonder, because you know how sometime with those, like I know with the NFL, like if you pick games, right, and you go on a nice little winning streak, before the next game, they'll ask you, hey, do you want to take the money now or do you want to continue? I wonder how many people was like, no, I'm going to continue. And then was pissed at themselves the next day when they was like, I should have just taken it.
I'm about to say, I'm probably one of those people. Like, I've been preaching, well, not to y'all, but I've been preaching to some of my family members. Like, it's the year of the underdogs, man. So I've been preaching it, but I haven't even been following my own methods, though.
That's usually how it happens. I can tell you what to do, but I'm not following.
And what's so crazy, and it's been working, but I haven't even been following my own methods, and it's just like, man, I don't even want to talk about this much, man. It's been killing me these last couple of days. I ain't gonna lie, it really has, man. Like,
I'll say with some of my bets, like so if it's really big, I will cash out. I'll cash out because it's like it's not worth ruining, a big pop to get like 20 extra bucks or 50. But there's some I have one time like where I bet like $5 on like a 6-leg parlay or something, and it was super obvious I was gonna hit it, and I think it was only like $50 or $150. I don't know, whatever. And I was like, it said like, would you? Yeah, I was like 50, and it was like, would you like to cash out 45 now? And I'm like, nah, I'll just wait and get all 50 of it. and then like, the last parlay was super easy, like it was gonna hit. And then all of a sudden, like I think it might have been your Cavs, like score like 15 points in the fourth quarter, and I'm just like,
oh yeah, I think I do remember you texting me. We was in our group chat,
and I see that 50 go like all of a sudden it's like or 45, like cash out 45. It goes, would you like to cash out 22? I'm like, I think I'm going to take it. And then right when I go take it, it's like cash out not available. I'm like, oh, you bums.
Wow. Yeah,
it's been rough, man. Like I said, between the March Madness games, and then I think I did one game yesterday for the Philly. I think it was Philly and who the hell Philly played yesterday? I forgot who they played. Whoever they played yesterday. I needed Embiid to score 34, and the motherfucker scored 32. Scored 32. I was 2 points away, and I think with that parlay, I think I would have. It's only cashed out with like maybe $60, but still, it's just like, man, to only be 2 points away. Like those are the ones I hate losing when I'm like 2 points away, or like one game away, or one, like whatever. I just hate when I lose the close ones, man. Those are the ones that piss me off.
I lost 5 bets yesterday by 1 point. Tatum 1 assist. I think Jaylen Brown 1 point. And whatever, it's just a couple of them that like one.
I ain't gonna lie, that's enough to make you like quit altogether.
You do,
well, especially because Derek White had like 10 points in like the first quarter, and then finished the game with 10 points, something like that. No, Cam Reddish had 10 points and then didn't score a bucket, and he 1 point and didn't score a bucket the last 29 minutes of the game.
I hate that. I hate that. Like when they have a great first quarter, you're like, oh yeah, it's going, and then boom. They be shitty for the next.
Also, go look at how many of your bets hit by 1 point too. Like that's how you know the fix is in, because you're either hitting or losing by 1 point, which means that someone else, when you're hitting by 1 point, that means someone else is losing by 1 point.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, the fact that it's like if they're projected to score 26, they don't. You think they're gonna score 36 or 15 or 21? No, it's always like 25 or 27. It's like, why is it so close? Why is it only 1 point swing? It
seems like it's always set up for the house to win, man. And it sucks.
Oh, yeah, it is. And I'm not saying they're rigging outcomes of games, which I'm not saying they're not either, but they're definitely rigging score line. You know what I mean? Like score lines within the game are definitely rigged.
Just say it. They're rigged.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I
just
understand, like-
I'm not, I ain't gonna say it, but I'm saying it. Just say it.
If you had billions of dollars on the line every day, would you not make sure that it was coming back to you? Like I would, you would be stupid not to rig it. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna put
but
it
I
out there.
think sometimes they lose. Like that
Yeah,
one
of course they
with
lose.
the Super Bowl when
Yeah, you have to, because you have to lose sometimes, or else
Yeah.
people will stop betting. You know what I mean? Like
no,
you
no,
just
I'm saying like I think they lost big on that Patriots and the Giants when the Patriots was undefeated. Because who the hell thought, it's like, bruh, you won
yeah,
every other game.
but they crushed on this last Super Bowl. Philly was the favorite. They crushed. Remember that Panthers Broncos Super Bowl? They killed it on that one. I think like 70 to 80% of bets came in for Carolina, and like that sucker went straight Denver. Like they kill it more than they lose. So it's like they have to lose big every couple of years, or else people will stop. People might catch on. But yeah, I'm not saying all outcomes are rigged, but definitely score lines within the game are definitely rigged. I mean, they'd be stupid not to.
It's
Well,
hurt.
since we're talking about things that's catching on, someone that does not want to catch on to the recent trends, Dame Lillard says NBA and fans are obsessed with rings over everything else. I'll start with you, Walt. Since you had a lot to say. No, I'm just playing. No, but we talked about it earlier. What's your take on it, man? Does he have a point? Does he not have a point?
I'm kind of leaning both ways, but I'm leaning more towards like, I don't want to say he's trying to play like a victim role, but it just seems like, he's trying to, I don't know, give more attention to Portland right now or something. I don't know. But I mean, it's just typical for somebody who doesn't have a championship to say that, and I don't, and it's no disrespect to Dame, because Dame is a great player. I just feel like his decision making sometimes is just not the greatest, especially trying to stay so loyal to Portland. But that's just me personally. But he pretty much is a legend in Portland. I'm gonna be honest. Like they love Dame to death out in Portland. So I mean, I guess his mindset is completely different, because Dame doesn't want the championships. He just wants everybody's respect. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seemed like. He just wants your respect. So he doesn't care about, all the other stuff, basketball, the money, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Dame, he just cares about his community, and it seemed like his respect. So for a guy like that to say that, I'm not mad at that, because it's just, it seems like the type of guy that Dame is, just from what I've been seeing over the last years, because clearly he don't give a damn about no championships, because he's still in Portland. You know what I'm saying? You've been in Portland your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And you've tried to add pieces to, get to that championship caliber, but it just seemed like it just never works out. And you had plenty of opportunities to leave, but you wanted to stay. So, yeah, I feel like for somebody like Dame, I feel like that's okay for him to say, because I really don't think he does care about winning titles, honestly. Because if he did, he wouldn't be in Portland. So for him to say that, that's fine with me. I can care less. But if somebody else was saying that, like, I don't know, like LeBron, or I don't know, somebody, you know what I'm saying? It'd be kind of a different story, you know what I'm saying? But, for Dame, I think it's okay, honestly, because, he looks more deep into, than just basketball, you know what I'm saying? He just cares about his respect and loyalty. So I'm okay with it, with Dame saying that.
John, go ahead, my brother.
I actually think the exact opposite of you. I think Dame, by saying it, and I'm not saying you're right or wrong, I'm just saying but the way people will view it, like by him saying it, it's him making an excuse for why he doesn't have rings. That's how they'll view it. Like they'll be like, oh, of course you're okay with not having rings because you ain't got none. Like, you ain't whatever. Whereas you almost do need someone like LeBron to say, listen, it's more about the journey than winning the ring, right? For every player. I'm not saying for LeBron, but I'm saying you need someone like LeBron to say, for every player, it's not about winning the ring. And that way you have someone else, because if you always hyping yourself, it only goes so far. But if other people hype you or say, defend you, it goes a lot further. And so I agree with what you're saying, but the way people are going to view it, I think you need the exact opposite. I think you need someone to say, because you have this where like certain players, they will win a ring and never get talked about because they're not great players, right? Like, well, I'm not gonna say names, but like, certain role players win games and no
like
one.
That guy who won the Super Bowl. I mean, not the Super Bowl, the ring 3 times in a year with 3 different teams. What's his name again?
Yeah, I almost said Cameron Payne, but
But you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, continue.
It was with the Warriors and then the Raptors.
Yeah, just him.
Yeah, no one's gonna call him great, right? And so, like, the same stigmatism that goes with like dogging players like Dame, Westbrook, Melo, doesn't give credit to the guys who do have rings. So it's like there's this stigmatism, like if you're great, you have to have a ring, but if you have a ring, it also doesn't make you great. And so it's like, where's this line that, like, it's so. I'll say it's been really tough on like Westbrook because he's a guy who no one ever expected him to do the things he did. And because he came out and did those things, now it's like, well, you're not great because you don't have a ring. It's like, dude, you guys, everybody overlooked me. Stop this nonsense. Like, I did a lot of things that no one ever thought I could do. And now because I don't have a ring, nothing I've ever done is great. Knock it off. Like, I did some really good things. Now, all that to say, as a fan, you still got to bring me a ring. I'm not saying you have to bring. I'm not saying your career ends and I'm not gonna be a fan. I'm still a fan of a lot of my favorite players all the time don't have rings, but you have to be trying and fighting every year for a ring. You can't just be like, this is a rebuild year. No, if you're a great player, you're gonna fight for a ring. I don't care if you got Smush Parker as your number 2, you fight for that ring. Like, if you Tiny Archibald and your second best player scores like 10 points a game and you got to lead the league in points and assists, you go do it. You know what I mean? Even though his team was trash. Like, and so I do want to see that. I see that from Dame. I do. I think he does put everything into every game. And so I think that's why it is okay for him to say these things, because he's not just slacking, but yeah, you still got to try though. You can't just be like, it's all about the journey. And it's like, all right, does this mean you're taking the next 3 years just to milk money out of Portland? Because, like, I still want to see you fight. And that's all. Like, as long as he keeps fighting, I think we'll be okay with it. But, yeah, if he goes quietly into the night and, but I agree with him. It is more about the journey, because we just saw, and we'll get into this later, but Andrew Wiggins just won a ring. And now he's going through other stuff. You know what I mean? And that's the point, is there are other things besides basketball. And, like, you have to keep those in perspective, because even though these guys are wealthy, a lot of these guys are not mentally cut out for this. We talk about Ben Simmons. The guy, he likes being rich. He would be a great team owner. One of those guys that you could see on the street and wouldn't know who they are. But being Ben Simmons, the point guard of the 76ers, he's just not cut out for that. And now the Nets, whatever. But I'm just saying, he's not cut out for that mentally. The criticism he gets on the street every time he misses a layup. Like, some guys aren't cut out for that. And so that's part of it with Dame. I agree with too. Like, it is still basketball. I understand these guys are paid a ridiculous amount of money, but you still have to take in, like, they're just basketball players. They're not politicians who signed up for all the criticism. And but
no, I get it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say, I mean, I get everything that you're saying, and like I said, with Dame saying everything that he was saying, I'm looking at this, the Portland's history right here over the last 5 years. It had 31 wins this year, 27 last year, 42 the year before, 35, and then in 2019, and then 53 wins in 2018 and 19. They've had. I can't even say they had good playoff runs, because all their playoff runs, except for 2009, they lost in the first round. In 2009, they won. They lost in the conference finals. So, in my mind, I mean, I can't say Dame is. He hasn't been able to get the job done himself. So that's what I'm saying. Like, for him to say like, hey, I don't like the way that where the NBA is going. Everybody's trying to create a super team, but I mean, at the end of the day, the NBA is going to always continue to change, you know what I'm saying, regardless from if you want to call them super team or not, you know what I'm saying. Today's game, you need at least 2 to 3 plus stars on your team, and Dame doesn't have that. It's just Dame, you feel me? So, I mean, I just feel like going to what John said, Dame is not he hasn't been able to adapt to the NBA. It's NBA's changes. So he's like that grandpa that's like that old school joint, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to stick to this because it's been working, you know what I'm saying? But in our eyes, we see that it's not really working, but in his eyes, it's working. You feel me? But
it's working for him. I mean,
Yeah.
he's filthy rich.
He is, and that's why I say, and that's why I was saying earlier, like I just feel like he's more. It seems like he just cares more about the respect and loyalty. But that's why I say I can't really have sympathy for him either, because it's like, bro, you over the last years that you've been in Portland, I mean, you haven't been able to haven't been able to get it done. And in your playoffs, you've been having all first round exits. So maybe it is time for a change, man. Like seriously,
Yeah.
like.
I'm curious why Portland. I do think some of the heat is on Portland itself. Like, why did they not? I don't know what and maybe you can only trade so many things away. But I mean, I don't feel like they got much back for CJ McCollum. And so I just think that they have not made the right trades. They've not got him the right pieces. So it's not all on him. However, you can't also take $40 million from the people and then not expect a little criticism. You know what I mean? Like, they love Dame in Portland, but also you're going to get some criticism, and you got to be okay with that when you're taking $40 million a year from them.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe Dame is going to be this generation's Charles Barkley. Maybe I mean, every
I would
generation.
say Barry Sanders.
Huh?
I would say Barry Sanders, because at least Charles made it to the championship.
Well, you got to think Dame had that 1 year where they made it to the conference finals, but you ran into Golden State. I mean, I think thing is too. Everybody's not destined to win. It's just one of them things. Everybody ain't destined to win.
I like that.
Right.
I like that.
No, I mean, look. Now, unless he hits an epiphany stage within the next year or two, and does like Kevin Garnett and get traded to a franchise to where they can win. That's just what it is.
I honestly think that's probably his best bet at this point in his career, though. Honestly, like I'm not saying he's old, but I mean,
but I think
Chris Paul for Damian Lillard trade.
I would do it.
Hell no, Chris Paul ain't falling for that.
No, I mean, of course, Chris Paul ain't. But if I'm
Chris Paul, he like, hell no, this is the perfect setup for me this year to get. Well, maybe not this year because of the injuries, but I mean,
no, it is. It is.
I don't know. They have to stay healthy. If they stay healthy, maybe. But that health
I think
is.
He has a better chance this year than he did anytime he was in Houston.
How can you say that? He was on the finals last year? And it was a game away? Was it 2 games? I think 2 games.
But they wasn't beating Giannis in it.
I mean,
they just had too much.
He was on a different level last year, though.
Suns might be in good shape though, because KD was out there getting some warm-ups in the other day after the game or during the game or something.
Like he still had his own shoes on.
I don't know what he had on, but I saw he was getting some shots in.
But yeah, I mean, I think him, Dame, Chris Paul, Russ, they just might not win one. And I mean, weirdly enough, they all in the same generation, but
apparently Melo is still trying to get back in the league, but it's
not in your car.
Ain't no one picking him up.
Well, look at him. He was one of those guys. One of the best threes at that time.
But Melo was money hungry though.
Just couldn't win.
Melo was money hungry in his career.
I think so too, because I think he should have definitely came here. But I mean, can you blame him at the same time? Because
Melo, one of my favorite players, but
that ain't coming across your desk every day.
Absolutely,
he was never a team player though. He would rather score 30 and lose than score 20 and win. Like
I definitely agree with that.
He was always that guy. He wanted it to be about him, but
that's why Shump and JR left his ass and came and played with Brian. I'm just playing.
And then
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, New York fans. I'm kidding.
But even look at some guys only got one. KG, Chauncey Billups, those kind of guys. They got one. I mean, they was loyal to the soil. Well, Chauncey was, not so much Kevin, but it's just not in your cards, bro. That it is what it is. It's not in your cards to win.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Dame. You should appreciate these guys' careers, whether they win or lose. However, they should also be okay with the criticism. You took a lot of money. It ain't like you were working for pennies and then also got criticized. Like you took a lot of money.
I think
the city.
so. Like
they paid you to win a championship. That's what we're paying you for.
I think too, though, like we talked about with Walt before, it's not an attractive place. What the hell does Portland, Oregon have? The Nike factory? They ain't got, they ain't got much. Oregon Duck football,
The
like,
Oregon Ducks, I'm about to say their jerseys is fire though. I'll give them that.
man,
I'm just saying.
nobody give a damn about. Look, if you hoop and you don't care, you don't give a damn about what the local college is doing. They just some entertainment for when you ain't playing. I'm sure.
The local colleges probably got more fan base than fucking Portland. I'm just saying.
Of course, because they're winning.
Exactly.
But it's not attractive. It's just not an attractive place. And that can be on Dame's end of not recruiting, or on the on the ownership end of not trying to bring in those guys. It's just I don't think we'll ever know unless he come out with a documentary and be like, yeah, they wasn't trying to recruit nobody.
Yeah, the documentary when they retire.
My point. Dame might be like, hey, I was trying to recruit Jimmy before he went to Miami. They didn't want to pay him. You just, things we don't know about. And, he's not trying to ruffle any feathers because he got it good. But, you never really know.
Hey, my wife made this. What is it right here for me? Because I don't know how to do it. But I was looking. Look how low my eyebrows are compared to y'all's. And then I looked in real life. I'm like, oh yeah, she got it right. My eyebrows right up. They're literally sitting on my eyeballs.
That's crazy. Weirdly enough, that's strange that I'm actually paying attention to that now, and it does actually match though.
I didn't know are other people's eyebrows that I was like, why are their eyebrows so high and mine are so low?
Shit is high as hell though.
And then I looked and I'm like, bro, I think mine are just low.
That's crazy.
Mine are almost in my eyes, like they're almost in my sockets. That's
good. What's the word I'm looking for? We're gonna just skip past that. Don't worry.
I was wondering where you was going with it.
I was gonna say like definition, but I don't think that's the word I was trying to look for.
We'll talk about it later.
Let's go move on to the next one.
Next topic, like moving on, like Bronny's about to do. Should Bronny go to college?
I like that transition.
Kevin Durant has come out recently and said he does not want Bronny to disappear by foregoing his college experience. I
actually agree.
I think, but who's to say Bronny doesn't have a Zion Williamson kind of popularity that we're just not aware of yet? Who's to say he don't go to Ohio State, USC, UCLA, and he doesn't have that kind of, just that aura? People want to see him play. I mean, if you look at all them them high school games, every game they showed, shit was sold out. And that's, you only got a certain capacity you can get in there, but who's to say he don't have that same thing going to college?
I mean, if I'm Bronny, I'm thinking about that, but if I'm Bronny, I want to just go to college just because I want to experience that college experience, that life. You know what I'm saying?
Get from under your father's shadow for at least a year.
Yeah, try to create you create your own legacy. You know what I'm saying? Your father's already created the foundation for you. You just gotta, pretty much just take the platforms that he's given you and just make it your own. So if I was him, I would go to college. I mean, even if it's just for a year, 2 years, whatever. But I would want to experience that college life. You know what I'm saying? Because all he know is just the high school life and being in LA. I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably stay out in LA maybe for college, but regardless, though, I would want to experience that college life. Because you as a kid, that's pretty much what you're working towards. You want to kind of work towards that college experience or whatever, especially if you're an athlete, I should say. So, I at least want to experience at least 1 year of that, I should say. Just being in that environment. That environment is crazy, man.
It depends. Because does he want to go to college? Could he? Now you have the luxury, G League and things like that. Maybe he just want to get paid. I don't think
he don't need the money.
Yeah, but I don't need the money.
But I'm not saying that he's trying to feed off of his dad's money situation, but at the same time,
It's nothing like having your own. Let's be honest.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's
Right.
why I say you would want to go to college. So why would you not want to go out on your own and experience everything? Not technically saying he's going to be alone because I'm pretty sure he's going to have his little entourage around him because of the magnitude of his name. But still, though, like you still want to be able to experience that campus life. You know what I'm saying? Like even like I said, even a semester, a year, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to have that experience growing up, man. Like that experience just in itself, especially with you being a top tier athlete, because I think he's number 9 in the nation right now. So
I'm around there.
man, look, he can go to any college he want to. He can, man, just go for a year. Just go for
LeBron to pay for it. That's fine.
Shit, an ideal will probably pay for it for real, but that's not my business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
then as soon as he get his first layup, he'd be like, "Dad, I'm a greater college player than you. You've never
he
done."
technically can say that because his dad didn't go to college. So yes, he technically can say that. And that's another thing. You can say, "Hey, I went to college and my dad didn't."
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Well, he was definitely.
LeBron
was born to play basketball. Like
he didn't need to go to college.
He really didn't. He was born to play basketball.
He thought about it. They was like, "Yeah, all right, go to college if you want to." Like, damn, dog,
he got the picture of his hand. Like, is he the basketball or something? I forgot. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going with basketball." Like
his mama hit him with the go to college if you want to, and you know.
But you think about it though, that's the LeBron situation and Bronny's situation is completely different though.
Yeah.
Like LeBron, he had to kind of like make that jump because they were struggling. Bronny definitely not struggling right now, so it's like
Bronny, I don't
do I
think
really need the money or do I just want to go
LeBron,
get that?
LeBron could barely afford them Hummer payments that he was rolling around in. No,
we're not gonna talk. We're not gonna discuss that, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna discuss that. That's
he's going to USC. Can we just say it? He's going to USC. Like I feel like we should just say it. I mean, he's gonna stay where his dad can come to the games because if you want NIL deals, part of it should be like your dad comes to the games every now and then. You know what I mean? Like your dad, and guess where that can happen? Right there in USC.
But
secondly,
his father's LeBron. I'm sure he could get to wherever his son is without.
He's a busy man.
Without any worry. What
LeBron's shooting? LeBron's shooting films. He's shooting podcasts. He's got his own life. He's got Savannah who don't like. Listen, you can't just be chasing that boy around the country. Like you got me and the kids. Listen, he's got.
They gonna be right there. What are you?
Every game, damn near.
The only person that gonna be there is the little brother.
You think Savannah would want to go to all her kids' games, but she also would not like to have to fly to all of them too. Like I'm just saying.
I'm about to say I don't think Savannah minds.
Right, she's like, bro, book the flight. What are you
right?
Immediately.
But I'm just saying they're a very busy family already as it is. Stretching it even more.
I'm sure they can make time. I'm sure.
I'm sure they can. I'm sure they will. But I'm just saying they could come to more games if he was right there at USC. That's what I'm saying. He'd come to more games if he was at USC. Secondly, USC is a school he could play for that would magnify everything good he did and nothing bad he did, right? If he goes and plays for Ohio State and loses to Michigan, the people are going to be like,
gotta go there.
Because Ohio State fans are going to hold that against you. Be honest.
That's really
not. Yo, Bronny, you went 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't because I'm different.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying a lot of Ohio State fans. I'm saying there's a lot of schools.
Now, if he was playing football, you have a point.
That's completely. I'm about to say Ohio State football and basketball is completely different.
I don't think. I mean, they pay attention, but it ain't to the magnitude.
But still, it'll be.
It's not like how it was like the Mike Conley and the like Greg Oaks and old days.
Yeah.
It'll still be magnified more than if he was playing for USC and lost to one of them schools.
You just had to throw that M word in there, didn't you?
I'm just saying. It's like, come on. And then whatever. I'm not gonna go down on everything, but I just think that USC is the obvious choice for him. I think that he can play there, and everything good he does will be promoted. And like you said, he's gonna make more from NIL than he would from any European country playing ball. He's gonna make more than he would in the G League. Also, do we really want Bronny to learn European ball? Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care what people say. I'm watching Jokic like, oh, the longer he plays, he talks about the game just becomes easier to him. Yeah, the dude's scoring is going down every year. I don't care if he's getting triple doubles. Triple doubles ain't That's all I'm saying.
Like,
scoring,
hold on.
Scoring is what moves the NBA.
20 points
scoring,
is 20 points in the NBA.
Yeah, it ain't 30. Scoring.
Hell,
Scoring.
Do you think one of us can just score 20 in an NBA game today?
Show me a team.
I could probably score like 5 or 10.
Scoring wins championships. That's all I'm saying. Not assists.
Okay.
The greatest passing guards of all time. No rings. The greatest scoring guards of all times. Almost all the rings. Steph, Magic. Score first. Isaiah Thomas. Yes, these guys could pass, but they were score first. Your kids, your Stocktons, your Nashes, show me their rings. Good luck. I'll wait. Like, I don't want to see that kind of play. I want to see
a score. Kid, he got a ring.
On the bench. Come on, he was coming off the bench behind JJ Barea. Let's stop that.
I don't give a damn. That. He got a ring.
Let's stop that. No, I ain't doing that right now. We're doing this. No. All right, fine. Then Robert Horry said, all right, we're talking about Robert Horry. Listen.
Oh, shit.
Big shot ball.
I'm saying give me a score first point guard. Because Ben Simmons, like, you know what I mean? When you can literally be like, the guy bringing the ball up the court is hesitant about shooting. It gives you as a defense so many more options. And so I don't want to see him go to Europe and play that kind of ball. Yes, it can win championships. I believe that. I believe you have, but everybody has to buy into it. And if everybody doesn't buy into it and you just have one player like doing that, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like everyone like the Spurs have to all buy into it at the same time. You can't just have one or two players who buy into the system and the rest team doesn't. It doesn't work. So come here, play American ball, play for college, play for USC, and for me, I think he's going to USC.
Just don't go nowhere for money, man, because you don't need it. That's all I care about. Just go where you feel like you can have money.
Where he goes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Just go where you feel like you feel like you had the most fun, man. Because, like I said, it's nothing like that college experience, man. So just go for even if it's just 1 year. So go to college. Get that experience. NBA ain't going nowhere. You got multiple ways that you can get to the NBA. Just go to college for that 1 year, man.
Facts.
For the first time in real deal history, I actually agree with KD. So,
wow. Hey, 2023, new things are happening.
Whatever, man. But hey, that looks like that's been our show today, man. It's been a hell of a show. Hell of a week in sports, man. And we appreciate y'all tuning in on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Appreciate y'all joining us. Your boy Big Walt, boy Nico Suave, hardest working man in show business. John,
I appreciate it.
Make sure
for everyone watching, drop your comments, man. We want to know what y'all want to hear about. Like,
even if y'all think I'm ugly or something.
The point of the live show is to
John look crazy. You know what I'm saying? He always got the crazy Johnny Bravo look going. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was going for Jimmy Butler. Eventually, I'm gonna get Johnny Bravo. It's gonna be like
Jimmy Butler. I thought he had braids.
Nah, he did change it up. He got like, I'm not gonna get into that.
Well, he got extensions too.
Yeah, he got extensions.
We're not gonna talk
about. You got him again?
No, that was at the beginning of the season.
I was about to say, bro, he gotta stop.
that was at the beginning of the season. But yeah, like I said, we appreciate y'all watching us. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Subscribe as well, man. We stuck on 94. We on the road to 100. So yeah, just keep making sure that y'all share this, man, and keep showing us love. We're gonna keep showing y'all love. So this Real Deal Sports, again, Big Watt, Nico, John, we out of here.